Hey y'all, it is August the 1st, 2019. Y'all, thank you and I appreciate you. Thank you for joining me and stuff. I thought we'd just dive into some headlines and stuff as we do sometimes. From time to time, I thought we would go ahead and just go ahead and dive into it. Y'all, holler at me in the comment feeds. Let me know what I need to know about. Just holler at me in general, you know what I'm saying? I'll holler at you. So we're gonna dive into the headlines real quick. Right here, what we're looking at is if you type in Benjamin Bogart, which hardly anybody's ever heard of, but we've actually been loosely covering this case since we first heard about it. Benjamin Bogart, he's a young boy who was snatched up out of New Braunfels, right? And it made headlines, you know, it made national headlines, and I caught wind of it where basically they're saying, oh man, this guy, he's a white nationalist terrorist. He's part of a group, part of a gang called Adam Waffen. And we did a few various videos regarding Adam Waffen, which is honestly, I think, a made up group. It's a totally, entirely made up thing um, in which these guys are white nationalist terrorists or whatever. So they accused this guy, Benjamin Bogart, this young man, very young man, of being part of Adam Waffen and being a white nationalist terrorist. All right. And as I can gather, it seems as though they couldn't pin anything white nationalist or terrorist on the young man. Thing is, the young man had made some videos and he put them on Instagram or some stuff, a couple different forums of him making jokes. They were like terrorist, sarcastic, like terrorist jokes, basically, on the internet. And so that wasn't really enough to get him in jail necessarily, because you could easily find out by looking at the videos that they were all jokes. All right. So instead, what the police did, some sort of FBI, went ahead and they got a hold of Benjamin Bogart's phone, right? And then they just so happened to find child pornography on it. And they only found like one picture. Apparently, this is according to the story. They only found one picture, and it's kind of ambiguous the way they described it. They never showed the picture, obviously, but for some reason they described it in some of these articles. All right, so it was one picture. All right, so, you know what I'm saying? It seems very suspicious. All right, first of all, you know, we already dived into it, but who knows what's on people's phones and stuff, man? I mean, that's really, really a fickle charge. They're about to sentence Benjamin Bogart real soon. So that's why I looked up his name to see if there was like any news about it. That I believe they're going to sentence him on August the 6th. Or I know that they're having some sort of court hearing on August the 6th, but I believe it's the sentencing of Benjamin Bogart for his charges, all right, that he's kind of pleaded guilty for in order to see if he can't not spend life in jail, all right, basically. So judge grants release for a man facing child pornography charge. You see these kind of headlines, and sometimes I mean, they're really, really unclear. When they say man, they mean very young man, Benjamin Bogart. There's an Albany tip that led to his arrest. I mean, these are very, very old. This is back in February. This news items. Target of mass violence probe leads to child exploitation charge in San Antonio. You know, you have these kind of incriminating headlines all over the nation talking about, oh, domestic terrorism, oh, and child exploitation. All right? And it all just smells really bad. Benjamin Bogart, 5 facts that you must need to know fast. We need to know it. Feds feared alleged neo-Nazi Benjamin Bogart. He could be the next, you know, mass serial killer and stuff like that. No, he's just a young boy making jokes on the internet. Was Benjamin Bogart mobilizing for mass violence or just spouting at the mouth? Yeah, anyways. I mean, we're going to continue to cover that just so that y'all know, but we're going to cover a couple more stories before we get out of here. Former American Idol contestant pleads guilty to moving nearly 2 pounds of fentanyl and could face up to blah, 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 years and years in jail. All right? That's odd and interesting. I never been one to watch American Idol. Some people do. A lot of people do across the nation. They might remember this lady. She looks like she knows what she's doing. And she, I guess, was distributing fentanyl, which is a very deadly drug, man. Like, out of all the drugs going around, it seems like fentanyl is the one of the deadliest, all right? And that's what she was doing, I think, allegedly. She got caught up for that. I'm not sure. But we also wanted to touch upon this one right here. We got Juicy Smollett. All right. And we covered this since day one. The first day that I heard about this, the very moment that I heard about this, I said, hey, this is fake. This is completely fake. There's going to be all sort of tomfoolery. And I knew it. And I called it out on the internet immediately. And some people remember that back then. Anyways, there's going to be a whole situation that plays out and plays out and plays out. And it's not going to end well for Juicy Smollett, unfortunately. That's what I got to reveal to y'all. I don't know how this is going to end, but it's not going to end well. All right? And it's not a threat to Juicy Smollett. I hope that Juicy Smollett lives for a long, long time, much longer than me, and with all sort of prosperity. The thing is, I don't think it's going to end well for this guy. All right? So that's what happens. That's just what happens. Anyways, genetic testing, it is scamming some old people, namely the baby boomers, all right? So, just so y'all know, if y'all are baby boomers out there, this genetic testing is kind of like a dumb idea, all right? And before we get out of here, I just want to mention it real briefly. I was listening to Michael Savage the other day, and I kind of like him because he's kind of extreme. He's a little bit more extreme than me. And anyways, I don't know, he was advertising for 23andMe or whatever it's called. And it's so dumb. It's like, I can't believe, can't believe y'all still doing this. Anyways, it's August 1st, 2019. And I'll holler at y'all. Holler me in the comment section.